This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Ball.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Here we are on a Monday morning. Mini camp this week. I'll give you a full report on that and much, much more. I threw out the first pitch for the Twins game on Wednesday.
Oh, hell yeah.
How'd you do?
I'm going to this coming Wednesday.
Oh, you're going to. Oh.
Yeah.
What time will that be?
I think it's 6:20, 6:15, 6:20. Right.
How much are you panicking about that? I mean,
A lot.
you don't want to throw one in the dirt. You certainly don't want to, hit a kid in the back behind.
I don't want to do any of that. Yeah, I didn't think about the idea of that.
Have you done that?
I have not. No, I've always wanted to, but I've never done
I meant hit a kid.
Jesus.
No.
Okay.
Jeez, Corey.
No, I don't want to.
Really
Asking the question isn't implying that I would have wanted to. I don't want you to do it.
Yeah, the way you asked it.
Corey. You thought probably likely.
Let's just say the boss told me to ask you that.
And it's no. Wow. Absolutely not.
Okay, good. It's the right answer.
Yeah, good job.
Wow, you've never thrown out a first pitch. That kind of floors me a little bit.
Yeah, no, I've always wanted to, but I've just never.
Ben, you must have. You've done it, correct? Somewhere.
No, I don't think that
Really?
I don't think that I have. My kids had not. The Twins had myself and my kids out, and I let my now 14-year-old. I let Whit throw out the first pitch. So that was fun for him.
It's cool.
Was it because you didn't want to embarrass yourself?
Yeah.
Yep. Can't blame you.
Yep.
We'll see if I can do it. I was going to see if the guys down at the Saints and let me come down and throw a couple.
Are you having a catch?
Yeah,
Getting
you would.
ready?
You could play catch with me. I'd come over and play catch with
Why
you.
don't you fly your dad in? You guys could just have a
I
catch.
could do that. That'd be a good idea. Yeah.
Or fly your daddy in.
I could do. I just drive up to Mille Lacs for him. Yeah, he's a catcher.
Wow.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean when I say that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. Your dad is a catcher.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's why you understand.
Yeah. It's his license plate.
Did your dad play sports?
No.
He plays
Not at
console
all.
hockey.
No, not at all. No.
Did your mom?
No. No.
Did your brother?
No.
Wait, Dov didn't play any
I mean,
sports.
I think he played like soccer, but he didn't play any high school
I meant
sports.
sports.
He plays
though.
pull tabs.
Yeah, he plays pull tabs.
So you're the only
reads the
athlete
phone.
in the family
Yeah.
then?
No.
Well, you played football?
Yeah, but I wasn't good at it. I got benched like 2 games in. That, most people would be like, all right, this is my moment.
but
I'm
you
going to
got the
try harder.
jersey.
No, I quit.
You suck.
We have a minor breaking NFL news if you guys care.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
That's what really matters.
I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying
All right,
news
Macho Man.
story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
The Packers released Jaire Alexander today.
What?
What an interesting dude.
That do anything for you?
No.
What?
No. You're saying as far as like him being a Viking?
Oh.
No, he seems like he's a
Yeah,
major
he
pain
just
in the
seems
ass.
like he's kind of a handful.
Yeah.
Like I know
Not
that,
worth it.
Yeah, seems like just not worth it.
Yeah, I agree. He's easy to dislike. And I know that there's always those players where you're like, well, but he's on your team, then all of a sudden you love him. Chris Carter. But I think that's just
They
too
need
much.
corners.
Yeah, but again, it's like just because a person's out there, you still have to. It's just like we were talking about with Shadeur and Pittsburgh. Just because you feel like you have a need, you just don't go out and just grab the first guy, the top guy available that the public thinks.
You
But
need to
how many Packers though do we rebound? All of them.
A lot of them, yeah.
Yeah. Just saying.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's precedence
for your
for
honesty.
it. I don't
Thank
think
you.
I just am cautious about the attitude, the perceived attitude.
He's
which
always hurt.
Sounds like I think the perception is the reality with him. Whether we know specific stories or not, he seems a little bit of a headache and a little hard to deal with. Then you've got the injury stuff. And, we got a good thing going with our locker room and our defensive side. Like, why bring somebody in that could be a big stone thrown in that and just like cause a whole bunch of ripples? I don't I don't feel like that's something that they're going to go after.
Sweet.
Thank you for your honesty.
All right, let's do the news.
Let's do some news.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey, presented by the St. Paul Saints.
The St. Paul Saints fell back to 500 with a 7-2 loss to the Rail Riders at CHS Field.
What a cool name.
Yeah, the Rail Riders. Yeah. They are 30-30, your Saints are. They visit Indianapolis starting tomorrow night. We'll tell you when they're back at CHS Field, and won't be long now. SaintsBaseball.com. Old Zacco will be down there.
I feel like they'd be Hunter Biden's favorite team.
I get that one.
You got that one? That's good.
Look at you.
I think you've gotten about 20% of the jokes today.
Yeah,
That's not
good.
bad.
That's real high for him. Real high.
Hey, D's get degrees. Well, D's don't have 20% scores.
No. I get hired 20%.
How fast could how fast could a train be moving and you jump off it and survive?
Good question.
Like if you were actually riding the rails and you went straight up
Depends on what
hobo or whatever it's
Depends
called.
on what's on the ground. What do you hit on the ground?
Grass. Jumping off into the grass.
Just shoulder rolling out of it like a stunt.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you barrel roll out and you just kind of
50?
Oh, 50?
Oh, no way.
Oh, man.
No.
You think you could go 70? Oh, I think it's less than. I think you're getting messed up at 50.
I think you're like a 25.
You ever
Yeah,
see
20,
guys on
25.
motorcycles dip their motorcycle going like 50, 60 miles an hour
Yeah,
and
but
just
they're
like
sliding on those.
I think at 50, I think there's a chance you survive. I think you're messed up.
Yeah, but
bad.
you're talking about death, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying like, I don't want to say safely, but consistently.
Like get up and run away?
Yes, consistently
Oh.
get up and run away.
Oh.
Like at 25, am I going to like be a little sore, but I'm walking away 99 times out of 100?
Say
Definitely with a
30.
limp. Yeah.
25, 30.
25 or 30?
Yeah, I think that's about right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm more between the 20
So back in the day,
25
the rail riders really must have had to wait for a train to slow down or almost stop. Because otherwise, you're just cool. You got a free ride to St. Louis, but now you're dead.
How slow would it have to go, Sauce, for you to actually run and jump onto the caboose?
Half mile an hour. Just under a mile an hour, half mile an hour, yeah.
That last guy, everybody else is on. Come on.
Yeah, and I just quit, let the train run.
Hey, Hawk,
Yes, sir.
let's do this sometime.
Hang on. Did you guys just catch that? He's trying to jump on the back of a train, a caboose.
Yeah.
He said when he couldn't get there, he would just give up and let the train run him over.
The next train. The next train. Oh, I'm sorry.
You know
And
where the
continue.
You know where the
Captain
caboose
Perfect?
is at, right?
Yeah, the
It's
end.
not just a fancy word for
The front.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Right off of 35W over there in Minneapolis.
Great spot.
What were you saying, Ben, before
Well,
I cut you off?
I was gonna say, I think Muss, you can. I'll throw you into this group as well.
Okay.
The three of us, I think, might be the only people in this room that would love to just jump on one of these trains in some sort of grain car or whatever, and just go across America.
See what happens.
Just see what happens.
Yeah.
Just hoboing it.
Just with the
Just
stick.
hoboing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
man.
Just your feet dangling off the side.
Just eating pork and beans.
Eating pork and
Smoking
beans.
it.
telling
I want to
stories.
have one of those Yeah, the stick with like
Yeah.
the polka dot.
I've
sack.
always wanted to do that when I was.
Hell yeah, man.
absolutely.
Same.
Like that's like one of those things where I thought it'd be really fun as a kid, but even as a 46-year-old man, I still think that'd be really fun to catch a train, and I don't know where it's going, and just go see the countryside.
It's cartoons, right? Cartoons
Yeah.
put it in all of our heads that was possible, and it kind of looked fun.
Oh,
Just a
yeah.
little hobo, man on man.
Yeah.
Your mic's on.
I wasn't old enough, but I believe my brother
mic's on.
Steve actually did that. In Owatonna, hopped the train, and then by Faribault, they figured out that he was on there, and so then my parents had to drive up to go get him.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's great.
I know.
They call that the Triple Crown.
They do?
Yeah, they sure do.
Why?
Because it involved a lot of hobos.
Three of them.
You just like the hoe to the bow.
Yeah,
Sure.
sure, man.
You know,
You
are
ain't
there?
scared? Sure.
You go to these truck stops and there's these lot lizards. You know,
sure.
So quickly.
Sorry.
If you go to a train depot, are there like lot lizards there too?
They're called rail riders.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think there has to be.
Choo-choo chicks.
Just ladies of the caboose.
Yeah.
Oh,
Caboose
yeah, I like
ladies.
that. I like this.
Yeah.
I think it's like a dating app. When you finally jump onto a train, if it doesn't run you over, I think
the
you have
next
to
one.
quickly scan the car and see like what your options are. If there's no good ladies in there, you just jump off the train and then hop onto a different car.
Yeah.
Just swiping right, basically.
Yeah, just like the good old days.
Right, because you're going to be in that car for miles and miles.
time,
You better pick a good group.
Yeah, just
Because stuff's going to happen.
Eating pork and beans and slamming.
Slamming pork and beef.
Slamming some NyQuil.
Oh.
Just taking long naps and hoping you don't wake up.
And who's going to be in this car?
Me and Lawyer Lambert.
Why is he in it?
Because he's a hobo whore.
He's your caboose. He's the caboose you've been looking for.
He's a hobo that's a whore, or a whore that only likes hobo?
Yeah, what's his deal?
Yeah, what's his cake again?
Yeah, what's his thing?
He likes men without teeth.
Wow.
It's his favorite band.
Oh.
I was just convinced when I said, who else is in this car, you were going to say...
Yes, correct.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny
Happy
Depp.
birthday.
Or Natalie Portman.
Yep. Matthew Bellamy. I already
Or
said
Dick
that.
Vitale.
Oh.
Or Donald Duck, who turns 91 today.
Yep.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday.
Donald Duck.
Now you used them all.
Now you really have to challenge yourself.
You're right. All right, the news. Minnesota schools are set for a big boost to athletics. Colleges across the country can now directly pay their student athletes. This after a major settlement was reached between the NCAA, its top conferences, and lawyers for Division I athletes. The House versus NCAA settlement resolves 3 federal antitrust lawsuits accusing the NCAA of limiting athletes' earning potential. The NCAA will pay around $2.8 billion in damages over the next 10 years to athletes who played from 2016 to the present. Starting in the 2025-2026 school year, each school can pay athletes up to a specific amount, with that cap expected to rise each year. The money comes straight from the athletic department, in addition to scholarships and other benefits athletes already receive.
This seems like a disaster. Can anybody even remotely guess what all of this is going to look like in 10 or 15 years? Like, my guess is
It's
whatever
a bad situation that's just continuously getting worse. I don't understand why they're not going the other way with this stupid thing.
But that's what I guess what I'm saying is I don't even think, quote, experts would be able to guess this correctly about what the state of college sports is going to look like in 10 or 15 years. Because who knows?
It's going to be pro sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
that's the closest path, right? It looks like pro sports.
I don't see how it's going to even expand beyond what we already know as pro. It will become young collegiate professional sports.
Yeah, semi-pro.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be. And unfortunately, there's going to be positives and negatives to that. I'm all for kids getting some sort of compensation. The only reason I think this is a good idea is because it sounds like right now with the NILs, it's the Wild West. We don't really have any parameters on it. There's no guardrails on it. There's no true governing body. At least with this sort of revenue sharing, there's some oversight. And I think that's what this whole thing needs is somebody, some sort of actual institution that is going to mandate and like look over and punish and be the police force and like the legislative part of this thing, because there hasn't been anything. We need to set better rules on transfer situations. Contracts will become an actual thing. I don't think going forward we're just going to have this 1 year free agency every single year. I think you're going to start signing players to 2-3 year contracts and make sure that they're committed to these schools. There's going to be marketing deals that actually have rules and regulations.
I'm confused by something Fargo Flash just sent me. I'm hoping. Yeah, there he is. Grab that hotline for me. He says you can pay up to $20.5 million this year. And he says that's way more than NIL. I wonder if that's to all sports or what is that?
I'm curious
Flash.
what he's saying, but I think it's all sports.
Fargo.
Well, what's going on, guys?
What's up, buddy? So you just texted and said you can pay up to $20.5 million this year, way more than NIL. Is that just football or is that all sports?
Well, it depends on what you want to do. So every university can spend up to $20.5 million. So that's coming from their seat revenue, TV revenue, whatever you want to call it. But they have to foot the bill for that $20.5 million expense, and you can pay it to whatever sports you want. The U of M is indirectly stated they'll pay it to football, men's and women's basketball, hockey, and I think I heard women's volleyball. So that's all on top of the NIL, which I think I've heard rumored to be somewhere around $5 million. So to Ben's point, much more governed a little bit less wild west, but some significant cash going to the student athletes.
Hey, so let me ask you a question I don't know the answer to, which is why I'm asking it. So the school, let's say the University of Minnesota spends all of that, right? Let's say they spend $20.5 million. Does this indirectly then cause regular tuition for a regular student to increase? Because where is that money coming from? I doubt they're just thrilled to give away $20.5 million.
Well, and I think that's the debate. I mean, everyone says, oh, they have this new thing that's been passed. They all have $20.5 million. You need to find the $20.5 million in your budget. I think schools in the Power Four conferences, to be competitive, have to find that. That could come from the athletic department. That could come from the general budget of the university. But I think they're going to have to find it to be competitive. But I think some of the smaller schools, can they afford to do that? Probably not. If you're thinking of like the MAC and, some of these, the non-Power Fours. And so it's definitely going to put a lot of pressure to have it work. I think the rich get richer, and it's going to, like as you said, what does this thing look like in 10 years? Because the $20.5 million is the starting point, and I think Hawk mentioned the escalation, but it moves further than that, right? It gets up to, I think, somewhere in the 30 millions here in the next 5 years. And so I think the other thing that I've always found interesting in this, which people aren't talking about, is we've always estimated what an NIL was for Shedeur Sanders and everyone else, Travis Hunter. Well, I think because this is coming from a publicly held university, this information, I assume, will be to the public. So just like the NFL, where you can look up someone's contract, I think you're going to find out, what all these players are being paid. And what always scares me, and I think Ben would probably agree, is you think of the locker room aspect. I really hope this doesn't divide the locker rooms, but I have to think it's going to have an impact inside those four walls.
So the other thing that I believe that I read that was accurate, and hopefully you can confirm or correct me on this, is that this is going to benefit. Now, that's not a lot, but there are schools like Gonzaga that don't have football programs that are Division I status, that they can put more money into their basketball programs and things like that. So they're going to have a competitive advantage for the teams in their conference, that they can start paying their players a higher percentage of that $20 million. So that's a benefit for those type of schools. And it doesn't have to be just men's basketball, but you get my point. And the second thing is, and I think you and I have talked about this, off air before, is like, I think this ruling also did away with roster limits, because I know that was a big issue. Like, they're going to cut down football rosters into like just 100 scholarship players. Did I read that correctly, that this ruling now says there's no set roster limits?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, the two questions there, the latter, yes. This rule was officially voted on. It had gone back and forth. So one of the parts to this ruling was the roster limits across all sports. Football is now a roster limited to 105, and you can actually fund up to 105 scholarships. The current NCAA limit is 85. So not just again, that's not free money, guys. Like, you got to fund 20 additional scholarships at whatever the university room and board is, right? And so the only thing that was back and forth in the ruling over the last few months is you can grandfather in walk-ons that are currently on the roster if you choose to do so. So if you read between the lines, starting in the next calendar year, the guys that are not grandfathered in, there's no such thing as a walk-on in Division I football anymore, which is pretty crazy. Your first question, though, Ben, and I think that's the thing that I often say is the disadvantage for the University of Minnesota, is $20.5 million. I just mentioned the 5 sports, right? So you think of places like Seton Hall, and think of Creighton and Gonzaga, those basketball-only schools. That's a different level, right? They have $20.5 million that they're going to direct towards one sport. The U of M, I can only imagine the head football coach, the men's basketball coach, the women's basketball coach. They have to be battling with Mark Coyle for the money. And you got to spread it out, because we want to be competitive in all 5 of those sports. And so while some people think this really puts the U of M on a greater pedestal in terms of their ability to pay student athletes, it's difficult because they're going to spread their dollars out more so than other schools because of our diverse portfolio of sports. Probably similar to Wisconsin, but last time I checked, Iowa doesn't play hockey, right?
Right.
And so I just think that's a tough way that's going to fall out. But and again, you think of the management of the money too, right? You have to have new roles that are much more like a general manager running a sports team versus just your typical, high school football recruiter.
Thanks, Flash.
See you guys.
Thanks,
See you in a few weeks.
Yeah, it won't be long.
So I think what he's really saying there is that we're going to have to drop some sports. What sport are we going all in on? Football, basketball? What are we doing?
Men's and women's hockey.
Can't be that. No, it's got to be either men's football or men's basketball. Right? Everything else has to go.
You're just reading Rosen's text.
What if we meet in the middle and just do men's hockey?
Take a deep breath, please.
Sports is next with Sauce. This is the Power 2 Morning Show on the Fan.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
This does sound like Earth Angel.
Yeah, it does.
I saw sing it, Earth Angel from Back to the Future. Go.
Earth Angel.
Never mind.
I like the falsetto.
Kiss me. Oh, no, people who can sing.
Now I'm a heaven angel.
Oh, bye, hugs. Sorry, Daddy.
I wish.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip.
A lot of dads in house.
All around.
Thanks, all around.
Building contractor.
Hey, guys, how are you?
What's up, Hawk? Hey. Water's warm. The Minnesota Twins beat the Blue Jays 6-3 to prevent the sweep. Your Minnesota Twins are 35-30. They are off today, but they will host the Rangers tomorrow at 6:40. Hogs Daddy will throw out the first pitch on Wednesday. Around 6:40.
That's right.
How long are you going to talk?
That's a legitimate question.
Are you going to mount the mound, or are you going to go up a little ahead of it?
I don't think I will. That's a little far for me. I don't want to embarrass myself, so I don't know. I think I'm gonna try to get some throws in. I'm gonna see if Derek will let me stop by CHS Field and
go full knuckleball, man. Just, go nuts deep.
Just knuckle deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. You want me to do that before I go to the stadium?
Yeah.
Might help.
No, I'll stop by.
Hey, just think about it like this, though. What's the worst thing that could happen? That a video exists of you throwing the worst first pitch in the history of first pitches? I mean, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? Yeah. It's just something that we would watch over and over again between now and the rest of time.
Yeah,
not the end of the world.
Sure, no big deal.
No big deal.
No.
I mean, Sauce had one that he basically threw right into the ground at CHS Field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he survived it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still here.
You are still here.
Look at you.
Look at you, man.
I think more importantly, Hawk, what are you going to do with your fit? What are you going to? What's your dress?
You should buy a Twins jersey.
I think they're going to give me one.
I think they give you one.
Yeah, I think they give me one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says Hogs Daddy on the back of it.
It should say Hogs Daddy.
I don't know. I'm hoping that it shows off my pecs. It shows my shape.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
You think so?
A nice tailored jersey.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah. Wear no shirt underneath and drop some buttons.
I'm thinking about Blue Baron.
Let's see that. Let's see that man taco, buddy.
Yeah.
I think you need to go cut off jorts with the fringes real high and tight. I'm talking like 4-inch inseam.
Let me cut them. Yeah.
You think I've got a man taco?
Yeah. What's that mean?
Yeah. Show that chest lettuce.
Oh my God, Muss, your mic is on.
Muss, take a lap.
Yeah. Take a deep breath.
Chest lettuce?
Take a drag.
Yeah.
Your words make all of us uncomfortable.
Yeah. Chest lettuce?
Yeah.
The Thunder, even the series at 1-1 after they beat the Pacers.
Lightning in the Thunder.
123-107. SGA had 34 points in the win. Game 3 is Wednesday at 7:30 in Indiana. Your Thunder are 5.5-point favorites.
Thank you.
Yeah, I still think the Thunder win, and they win in 5.
Yeah.
The first game is
Maxo?
cute.
I could see Indiana getting one. I think I went with 6 originally. I think Indiana will get one at home, but the Thunder have, like I said before, they just seem like over 8 quarters, 7 of them, they've been pretty dominant. So they just seem like the better team. And again, they just do the little things so much better than other teams. They're getting their offense so much easier, and their defense is one of the better defenses I've seen throughout my lifetime watching the NBA. So it's going to be really tough for Indiana, but they, like I said before, they got what they needed. They got one in OKC, which is like the highly improbable, nigh impossible task. So if they win just even one at home, or let alone 2, then they're in good shape.
Well said.
Hey, thanks.
Not really. Is Zach go back from taking a dump?
Nope.
All right. The Panthers tied up the series at the Oilers 1-1 with a 5-4 double overtime win in Game 2 on Friday.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah. Game 3 is tonight at 7 in Florida right here on the Fan.
Both games went to OT, right,
Yep.
so far in the series?
The Panthers are slight favorites to win the series. Take that, Corey.
Ooh.
Yeah, are you taking that, Cor?
Oh, he always does.
Whatever.
I'm still cheering for the Oilers.
Why?
McDavid is
You
just
want him
so
to win
good.
money?
No, it has nothing to do with who's winning money or not.
Yeah.
Well, yes, it does. It's all about gambling.
Muss, I'll buy
like
you
the
drinks
Oilers.
if I win.
There we go. I want the Oilers.
That was an easy get.
See, I want the Oilers too.
Yeah, there's something to really like about the Oilers.
All of America
And
wants the Oilers.
I still have
and all of Canada.
I still have a tough time with Florida teams.
Why?
Playing hockey and winning championships.
Oh, well.
Why? Because it just doesn't seem like
Hoisting
that's
the
a
cup.
hockey state.
No, it's not a hockey.
Like they don't appreciate it like us in the northern part of the country
We
would.
would appreciate it much
Oh,
more.
yeah, we would. We would.
Yeah.
Are you in the U.S. Open bet?
When's that?
Wednesday.
Oh, man.
Is it already here
Yeah.
again?
U.S. Open starts Thursday at Oakmont Country Club, in I think it's in Pennsylvania. We bet on it Wednesday at 8 a.m. Cannot wait.
Oh, great.
Me, Marnie, and Parrish have a shot at the first pick. So congrats, Marnie, on the first pick.
Oh, for sure. We'll go to Marnie.
100%.
Yeah. Ben, you're not in on that?
Oh, no, I'm out.
Oh, that's right.
but
You're
he's
only doing the
back.
Masters.
He'll do the Masters, he said.
Yeah, next year?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
He's the only one with a brain.
With Wayne.
Thank you.
Well, blame it on it.
Yeah, well,
But how
dumb.
much money did you lose last time?
$14,000.
0. You lost 0.
Okay.
I know. But I'm already down $475.
You know, how do you
I
get that
paid
money
somebody
back? Cora?
$14,000.
You scratch that itch, you chase it.
Yeah.
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 Are you in, Corey? Are you in for the European Open bet?
Whatever.
Yeah, he's in.
I don't know. Whatever.
European Open.
Oh, whatever. The British Open, whatever it's not supposed to be called now, but Andy
Just called
hates
the
it.
Open.
Just the open.
No, it's the British Open.
Well, that's what it originally was, yeah. But
Are you in for
they
that
just
bet,
call it
Corey?
the Open.
Yeah. Are you, Muss?
When is that one?
Month from now?
Can I just give you guys money and just
It'd be great.
not be
Yeah, that
bothered
should be
by this?
excellent.
Finally,
Yeah.
our plan worked.
Yeah, thank you, Muss. Yeah, the Lynx are 9-0 after they beat Dallas 81-65.
That's right. Listen to that cat howl.
That's
Vikings news is next with former Vikings linebacker Ben Lieber after this on the Fan.
Oh, it's the Monsters. Hi. I met your neighbor lady yesterday, Mussman.
Oh, that's who?
I believe Tony's wife.
Oh, Amber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met her.
What's the color of her energy? Any idea?
Amber is the color of her.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Where
interesting.
did you end up running into Amber?
at a friend's funeral. Sorry to say.
Oh.
Yeah. But we had friends.
Yeah, Tony and Amber, they're the best.
They're the best.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Tony spent a lot of time in your garage.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah, a lot of bonfires as well.
She said she's got questions about you two and your relationship.
wow.
I wouldn't doubt that.
What percentage of your neighbors do you get along with?
Pretty much all of them. I mean, we
why
have
you
a
gotta
really
lie?
tight-knit group.
Whoa, you got tight nips?
Yes.
Is that what you said?
That
Wow.
as well. Yeah.
Quit bragging.
You should see Tony's.
Yeah, no, I did. It was improper at a funeral.
No, we all get along really, really well. So we hang out quite a bit.
Yeah, that's what I told her.
Nice.
I'm like, I wish I lived in your neighborhood. It sounds like fun.
Yeah,
you guys
we-
have a lot of fun. You're swingers.
But what's stopping you?
Yeah. Swingers.
Yeah, they won't
What
let me
percentage
back.
of your neighborhood consists of swingers?
They told me I failed the blood test.
I don't know. I had once heard that we had swingers in the neighborhood, and then I was like, kind of like
door knocking.
Well, no, I was just a little PO'd that we didn't like get approached. Not that we would.
Again, we've
but
talked
you
about this in
still
the past.
want to.
I mean,
Yeah, you want to be approached. You at least want to have an offer.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, when I'm like, Chrissy, take the garbage out, drop a button. Let's get some action going on.
Yeah.
Take the garbage out, drop a button.
Yeah, no, he's right.
But nothing. We got nothing.
Why don't you try that?
Oh, I did.
Maybe you're trying too hard.
You think so?
Maybe you got to be a little more subtle.
You're giving off pick me energy.
Lawn mowing with the Speedo on, that was too much?
Yeah, put some pink flamingos in your front yard.
Yeah, and put one in your Speedo because you ain't packing much.
Oh, that's
Get
right.
after it.
We did hit the hot tub together. That's right. You know.
That's right. Yeah.
Where?
Looked like a cold tub.
It's time for Vikings.
It's time for Vikings News. Straighten up.
Presented by
Radco. It's Radco. They're your truck accessory pro stores. Ben, it's almost mini camp. Did you hate mini camps?
No.
Oh, good.
No. No, I liked all the off-season stuff.
Yeah, that's right. You mentioned that. Like
yeah.
OTAs. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Although, my first year in San Diego, there was a difference between OTAs and minicamp as far as the intensity goes. Like I still remember my linebacker coach right before we were breaking the meeting.
Richard Pryor?
It was not Richard Pryor.
Happy birthday, Richard Pryor.
Happy birthday.
It was Greg Minuski.
Happy birthday, Greg Minuski.
Happy birthday, Minuski.
Any relation to Richard Pryor?
Yeah.
I don't think so. But right before we broke the meeting to go out to our first minicamp practice, he gave us this huge rah-rah speech about how we're not going to be bitches. We're not going to get punked around. We're not, all this other stuff. Right. And I'm like, wait a minute. We're still like, I had to ask, like, is this padded practice? Is this a padded practice? Like, I didn't think that we could be in pads. Like, no, it's the same thing that we've been doing for OTAs. It's just like, it's amped up. And it was at that time amped up.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it was basically
Wearing shells and it got amped up.
not even shells. Like you're only allowed to wear like little skeleton pads, and like little skeleton shoulder pads, and then helmets.
Yeah.
So it's just helmets. There's no real shoulder pads. You don't wear any thigh boards, nothing. But I mean, guys were getting after it. Like you were. I mean, you had.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't think that they can do that these days. So it's basically just OTAs that they're just calling minicamp. And it's mandatory.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see the quarterback throw, though. Excited.
Yeah.
A little more amped up, right?
Well, look, everybody's saying, like, I haven't heard one negative report, not a single negative report about he had a bad day or.
I think there was just one practice I heard he wasn't as sharp. I
didn't even hear that.
Okay, kill him then.
Yeah. Get out of here, Muss.
No, I think it was Alex
your
Lewis.
problem?
No, not him. I mean, kill Jake.
Kill both of them.
Why would we kill Muss?
You hear so many awesome reports about him from the OTAs and the minicamp stuff, and all I heard it was one day that wasn't as sharp.
Can we trade for Aaron Rodgers is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying, Miles?
I got to be honest. I was still a little shocked at that he went to the Steelers.
Were you?
I was.
Really?
I was. I don't know.
Where did you think he was going to go?
Never made sense for him to come here.
I know, but that's just as a Vikings fan for life.
I never wanted him.
Like when the guys call in. I've been a Vikings fan for over 50 years. When they're calling in for fan line, okay, great. But no, it just felt like God. That's something we would do, just as an organization.
So I'm glad we didn't do it.
I'm glad we did not. No.
Yeah. I think that was his best option, the Steelers, by a mile.
I think that was his only option.
Okay,
Start.
there you go. All right,
Yeah.
Which is why it wasn't like all that
He knew
surprising.
that this was his best option,
Yes.
but realistically, out of all the remaining jobs, Pittsburgh was the one that looked like it was the obvious option. They had nobody. Right? What, Mason Rudolph? Is that what they were going to run with?
It was either Pittsburgh or Subway.
Yeah.
Those were the two jobs he was going to have.
Yeah. Not bad.
No, it's okay. You get free food, I bet.
Yeah.
Or at least a deep discount. And they have Sunship.
I wonder.
Yeah.
What's the employee discount like at
Probably
Subway?
5-finger discount, you know what I mean?
Your mic's
You guys saw that stat that was floating around yesterday about Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes, right?
No.
Yesterday? I'm sure you saw that,
I
Sauce.
think I did. No.
Well, everybody's kind of clowning Aaron Rodgers for having like a down year and all this other stuff. And like, well, he wasn't, completely healthy. It looked like it took a while to get his Achilles up to speed. He still finished the year throwing more touchdown passes than Patrick Mahomes.
Did he really?
Did he
It's
really?
like 25, wasn't it? Something
25.
Like
Yeah, I don't know the exact stat,
Right.
but it's the thing is like I'm sure Steelers fans are like, yay, we got this enigma guy that seems like he can maybe still play. I don't know how he's going to work in that locker room with that city and that mentality, but he's still a highly functioning quarterback.
And when you're playing from behind, you're probably going to have some touchdowns.
Whoa.
right.
Yeah. That's what I think is probably a little more on the likely side, right? Because the Jets were not that great.
No, the Jets weren't that good.
They weren't very good.
No.
They're going to be good this year.
Yeah. And it sounds like I don't think that they could rein in Garrett Wilson the way they thought they could. I mean, he seems like a little bit of still kind of an immature kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rodgers had 28, Mahomes had 26.
Okay.
Corey,
Yes, sir.
I don't mean to derail Vikings news.
Thought it was going really well.
We have cocaine sharks.
Whoa.
It's official.
Man,
About time.
Sharks
wait to see
love
that movie.
yayo.
It's official.
Man.
Cocaine sharks have been found off the coast of Brazil.
Just snorting that sugary beach.
Yeah.
Petite Brazilian sharp-nosed sharks are cruising through drug-laden surf, minding their own business and absorbing cocaine.
Oh, man. Just crushing cigarettes while they do it.
Haven't slept for weeks.
Oh,
I didn't know sharks had noses.
just grinding their teeth. Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe even better. Maybe it's not even noses. What if their skin just absorbs it?
Yeah.
They're taking it in through those little gills on the side.
They're having a blast
Yeah,
right
they haven't
now.
blinked in a month.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into the ocean with sober sharks.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
Because
either.
they will also eat you.
Yeah.
They got to make a movie of this, right? We already had Cocaine Bear.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have to.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
was terrible.
Barely.
No, Cocaine Bear was fun.
It was a great
That was a great movie.
I'm with you.
Look, I didn't even see it, but Carrie Russell's in that movie, and if you say one bad word about her, I'm going to throw you in the waters off the coast of Brazil.
Yeah.
Man.
Damn, you're strong.
That's a long throw.
Yeah.
Hadn't happened to me yet.
Yeah. Multiple jokes. Brilliant.
Barely 20 inches from snout to tail. These sharks.
No, that's no fun.
No, but they're on coke.
Yeah, they can bite you, but they can't kill you.
Yeah,
They're
they can
20
make it
inches.
100.
It's
They'll
like a
tear
big
your
fish.
penis off.
Yeah, they'll tear your penis off.
And they're like cracked out, so they got
Yeah,
even
yeah.
more strength.
Yeah.
They have crackhead strength.
Yeah, they're going through all the sand looking for tiny little bits of coke.
They're selling radios.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I disagree.
They're carpet harvesting. Thank you, Maxo.
I feel like they just become friendlier. I think they're just amped up. They just want to be your buddy.
A lot to say.
And they want to talk.
Hey, Spike, let's go play. Let's go play. Let's go swim.
We swim. We
Hey, Cor.
You got any more of that? You got any more of that? Would it be weird if we left the room again?
So, Tommy,
Cuba
Yeah, it's
Gooding
like
Jr.?
Yeah, put Tommy Olsen off the coast of Colombia.
Yeah. We should do one more. One more? Yeah, let's do one more.
let's put a bunch of cocaine in the waters, though, with a great white shark and see what happens. Not these little petite
do
sharks.
No, it'd be like Jabberjaws. Remember the cartoon
Oh, yeah.
Jabberjaws?
Yeah.
Love that guy.
That thing was cool.
Yeah, he was
he didn't
cool.
get
It's a
used
great cartoon.
often
He did not.
enough. He was kind of an obscure character.
Tell me this doesn't look like a shark that's got cocaine in the system.
Yeah, look at that bastard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that guy parties.
Yeah, that guy, all that guy
That guy
wants
gets
is going
down.
back in the water. He's so
He just
mad.
got off a snort on that one.
Please
for sure.
let me back in that water.
That's the Tony Montana of sharks.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to see a
Can you
shark
make it
with
100?
he doesn't
Yeah,
have a very
correct.
strong chin.
He
Oh,
doesn't.
yeah. Well, his teeth are grinded down.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
profile's not great.
No, it's not. But man, is he ganked?
Yeah, oh, God. He just wants to go back in that water.
He's geeked.
Yeah, oh, God, yeah.
His eyes weren't that big before he started the
they weren't.
cocaine.
No, he wants one more just huge line with no exit row on it. Just a huge gorilla finger line of
No
coke.
exit row.
No exit. Just no getting off of that bastard. He wants a Chevy Chase line of blow.
He's a rail
Oh
rider.
yeah. Oh yeah. He wants to
rail
finish
rider.
that and think for about 2 seconds, this is gonna kill me. But God, it feels great.
The Dolphins are going to start mandatory minicamp without a key member on defense. That's right. Jalen Ramsey won't attend voluntary practices. Isn't he the guy that we were going to get? No,
There's rumors.
Yeah, there was rumors about him too.
Right.
Let's give some Dolphins some cocaine. Not the Miami Dolphins, actual Dolphins. Because they're super smart, right?
Yeah.
Let's give them coke and see what happens.
Snort it through their blowhole.
They'll hump you.
Your mic's on.
They will bang you, or at least try to.
Yeah, they're super aggressive.
Yeah, they are.
Well, they know what's going on.
Yeah.
They get high, don't they? Don't they get high like with puffer fish or something like that?
Oh, yeah. Didn't we read that?
I think they're the only animals that like intentionally get high.
Puff passers?
Yeah.
What are they smoking the puffer?
Yeah, they're like huffing it.
Your mic's on, Muss.
Yeah.
I think what we're learning is once a creature reaches a certain level of intelligence, they're basically like, I'm so bored with being smart. Let's just get high. I got to feel something else because reality's bumming me out.
This is tough, man.
Right, I'm just swimming around looking for food all day. I'm bored out of my mind.
Super bored.
Yeah. All this plastic. Where's the Coke?
Mm-hmm. Let's jump in the water.
Yeah, let's jump in the water.
Well, that's where all the Coke is.
It's also where they are.
You're talking about us and the Dolphins actually live in the
I'll
water.
be honest, I got lost in 2 stories. I don't know where I am yet. I haven't caught up.
Well, sharks are also in the water, so who's jumping into the water?
I wish.
Well, that's how coked out the sharks are. They think they have legs and that they're land mammals.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Max. They're going back to the ATM to get cash. I'll sit out for a while.
Yeah, please do.
Would you swim in the ocean if you knew the sharks had Coke?
No.
Would you swim in the ocean in general?
20 years ago, for sure. Now, no thanks.
Would you fight them for it 20 years ago?
Pass.
You know you're nodding on KFAN.com/watch, right?
Not yet. Not till after this break.
That's next. Power Trip Morning Show fan.
The Fan.